much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day at the same cafe, 6:30. I know she'll be there, holding hands and making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox plays our favorite song. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, 'cause we got a thing going on. And we both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. Now we've got to be extra careful that we don't build our hopes up too high. Now she's got her own obligations, and so do I. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, we got a thing going on. And we both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. When it's time for us to believe it, well, it hurts so much inside. Well, she'll go her way and I'll go my way. Tomorrow we'll meet at the same place, the same time. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got our own little thing going on, but we gotta be extra careful. We can't afford to build our hopes up too high, 'cause I'm gonna meet and talk with you at the same place, the same cafe at the same time. I'm gonna hold hands like we used to and talk it over.